All right, here we go. Good to see you guys. Thank you for coming. This is a special assembly here for November 2024. You know, it's been about three and a half weeks or so, maybe more or less, since our last assembly. Though we wanted to have kind of a special anniversary one, a little bit shorter than the normal assembly. Just have a couple things to go over here as shown in announcements. Here in just a moment, we'll have first raffle. We've got a couple of big prizes to give out today. And I wanted to just kind of touch base on what we've got planned for the anniversary. This is being streamed and recorded live. The archive will be up in maybe a couple hours, or maybe later tonight. Those watching on Twitch, thanks for joining us, and those here in the Discord, Azure Infinitum Discord, Grand Assembly VC. Good to see you guys. Feel free, if you'd like to leave any comments on Twitch or in FC chat. Any types of Q&A we normally leave for the end of the assembly, but they are welcome throughout the assembly. This is kind of a special meeting today. First off, let me begin by saying happy 10th anniversary. It's been 10 years. 10 years, guys. And of course, we've got a lot of old faces. They've been with us a long time, as well as lots of new ones. And even more we haven't met yet. Since Azure's founding, we've been kind of big on, us in leadership at least, have been kind of big on staying future-minded and always kind of saying, for those today and those to come. We're celebrating our 10th anniversary with a whole number of events throughout this month, and then following this month, we're going to kind of have a sort of anniversary year with a little couple special extra things added to each month, sprinkled in between the months. Not too overwhelming, but just something special to celebrate Azure's 10 years. And going forward, we will be seeing the return of all of our normal seasonal schedules, our holiday events, Azure Day weekends that we have planned. Those are our 2-day special event weekends, back-to-back races, contests, prizes, mini-games, parades, raffles, and a lot of the more social mini-games and fun that we have outside of our normal weekly content as well. We began this month with Founding Day on November 2nd. That was on the 2nd. Founding Day isn't a day that we do a lot on because usually it does not fall on a weekend, and if we're going to go big, we're going to have our anniversary Azure Day weekend, which is towards the end of the month. We'll talk about that here in a second. Founding Day, though, was a time of reflection, looking back and honoring past and current forms while keeping thoughts for the future of Azure Infinitum. In this special day of Founding Day that we held on the 2nd, we were posting some stuff online. We had the big anniversary post that you can find at azureinfinitum.com. That's the latest post. It's on the top there. It has a whole list of dates with some information on everything happening this month. Flounder Day. Nice, darn. 10 years of fish. Maybe for the fishers, NRFC. There will be another post coming soon that's going to detail like the full program for Anniversary Azure Day weekend. That's the special anniversary version of our quarterly Azure Day weekend celebrations. So we're going to go all out for that. We'd love to see as many people that want to come out for that as possible. There'll be 2 full days of stuff we want to do. It's going to be kind of jam-packed, so we know not everybody can attend everything, but it kind of gives a freedom to kind of pick and choose what events you might like to attend the most, or attend all of them. Totally up to you. That list will be up on the website pretty soon. We're kind of still evening out the schedule for that. It's going to be the 23rd and 24th. But yeah, we'll talk about that a little bit more here in a second. But for Founding Day, it was a good day in the FC. I know a lot of us were reminiscent of the past and thinking about our founding and times of Eld back in 2014 when Azure came together, and well, that night in Limsa Lominsa. And for a fun fact, because I've noticed some folks has asked me, if you're in the eastern side of the country, or possibly in a European time zone, it will say the 3rd. But that's because our founding was late at night enough for the other side of the world to start a new day. So for some FC menus, for some games, for some gamers, it'll show the 3rd. For others, it'll show the 2nd. So we kind of settled on the 2nd. And then we had website founding day, which was basically the following day, November 3rd. And that's the day that we kind of like opened the Azure website for everybody. It became our first ever out of game place to communicate and stick together on that. And that was part the website. And then we had the, what was it? The TeamSpeak back then. Wow, that's an old word. Long before Discord, but Discord came about. I think what was that? 3 years. 3 years? Yes, 3 years into Azure's life, we made our Discord. The morning of Stormblood launch, actually. So, we have a few anniversary channels added to Discord. We know that sometimes when, at least these days, I don't know really what causes this on Discord. But we have a few channels when we will bring them back. Like they'll be like anniversary channels. We'll hide them and then bring them back for the anniversary, like every year. Sometimes people that have joined in between then won't see those channels, so you've got to go to your browse channels section and you can add all the channels we have that you may not be seeing. And I know it's shocking because a lot of times there's channels that people can't see or they don't know they're missing out on. We had an onboarding system that we tried one time, and with that onboarding system, it kind of made it difficult. It helped in some ways. It made it difficult in other ways because some channels got hidden for people, and then now Discord has that whole choose your channel lineup. So if there's channels you don't want to see ever, you're like, oh, I don't like that one game, so I'm going to hide that one. You are welcome to do so. But you might want to check out your browse channels section because there's a lot of people recently who've been like, wow, I couldn't believe I didn't have that channel, or oh, I thought that category was small in Discord and there's actually like 10 that they didn't see. So you can check box all the ones that you can't see. And some of those that I think may be hidden is the anniversary category that we just brought back. And that's the Your Story channel, where our members can write kind of like how they joined our FC or memories that they've had since they joined, or how they started 14, that kind of thing. Sometimes that's really interesting to know where people began and what their time in Azure has been like, or just their origins in 14. It's really cool to see. Kind of helps us get to know each other too a little bit more closely and see where everybody kind of came from, where they got started, and what interests led to this whole journey. We have Screenshot Memories channel. That's basically like if you want to include pictures of any time that you've been playing 14 or playing in our free company during free company events, or things that were memorable to you with fellow friends in the FC. Feel free to share them in Screenshot Memories. And then there is actually an appreciation channel. That in the past, we've cleaned it up a bit, just due to like some bots and some other spam and stuff like that, but we had to restart it one time it just got nuked, so it's kind of small right now. But there is a great place for folks that just want to kind of express gratitude to other members of the FC or the FC itself or council or I or whoever. Just a nice way to say, hey, thanks for running me through this content when I was new, or love the FC, here's some things that are my favorites about it, or little things like that. Thanks, Reika, for the ranch dressing recipe. Anything you want to put in there. Special events is a temporary channel that is just going to basically be like a in Discord guide to what's going on for the Azure Day weekend that's coming up. So that's the Azure Anniversary category. Again, it might be invisible to some. Might be something that you want to select on your menu through the Browse Channel feature that a lot of folks do not know exists. And for some reason, this is telling me that I'm streaming Destiny again. Why is it doing that? Let me fix that really quick. It always defaults to D2. Okay, there we go. I think some people on Twitch would be quite confused to see our beautiful assembly chamber while looking at Destiny. Okay. All right, so yeah, so we've got special channels. We had our cool founding day. There's some info on the website. There is a for a website founding day. One special thing that we did was we started a new blog on the website. This comes in the form of like a forum post, so the chapters are all like very separate. There's not really like a blog feature on the site. There is through azurenet.com, which is we post a lot of our other content, game news and videos and stuff like that. It goes on azure-net.com. Azureinfinitum.com, the community site, now has the Azure Chronicles blog on it. That blog was previously a journal that I kept for several years of Azure's first years of its life. Lots of cool shots from like the founding and the first times we did raids or the first times we did big gatherings and stuff like that. And I've got screenshots from just about every day I've played since 2013. So going back through all of them, through 45 to 50,000 screenshots here, it makes perfect for like a little history blog on the website. I'd also like to start another thing soon for current stuff too, just to kind of share what people are sharing in screenshots and show, hey, here's a memory of this event, or here's a video from this event, stuff like that on the website as well. But for now, celebrating the anniversary, we're looking back at Azure's first year on the blog, and then I hope to kind of keep that current with future years, future anniversaries. So our newer members and our folks that have been around a while but may not even have seen the founding days, even folks that joined in 2016, wouldn't have seen the stuff from 2014 unless it was from previous anniversaries. There's some really cool, blast from the past type. Wow, that's what the game used to look like before Viera and Rothgar, and even before Al-Ra, and before Glamours, and just kind of see like a historical journey of Azure's life from close to the beginning of the game. So I thought that would be a really cool idea, starting on this 10th anniversary on the website founding day on the 3rd, following our second founding day, November 2nd. And today is that special Grand Assembly that is listed on the post. Here in a moment, we'll do a few raffles, and then before we end here, we'll also do another one. It's kind of a secret. We got a couple big prizes in store for today's raffles. Even more in the prize pool building up for Anniversary Azure Day weekend. At the end of this month, when we reach that point, we are going to have two full days of some pretty big prizes and events going on. So that's going to be a really good time. I'd also really love to like record some of those mini games just to kind of like show, future folks and folks that see our like YouTube and stuff. This is the crazy stuff that we do. We do stuff like hold large game shows and build 3-story mazes out of mansions and fun stuff like that. So some of you may or may not see elsewhere in the game. We get a little crazy with it, but we have a lot of fun together, and that's what counts the most. And of course, I really want to talk about Azure Day weekend, but before then, on the 16th of this month, so that is 7 days from now, 1 week from today, at about this time, 5:30 Pacific, 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern, we will be having our 2024 Picture Day. That is like the biggest of the biggest screenshots that we do for the whole year. So we'll do what we call a commemorative screenshot to kind of commemorate that event. Whenever we do like Azure Saints Wake or Azure Starlight Day or Hatching Tide for Easter or stuff like that, we'll always have a big screenshot. Usually if it's a 2-day event, we'll do like 2 of them at completely different times of the day, so different crowds have a chance to, from different time zones, and everybody's got different work schedules and stuff, so we try to include as many opportunities to get those big pictures as possible. But this specific one, this is the big one, the big one. We try to get as many people on as possible, and it will be one singular event just for a picture. So, in case there's any question, just keep in mind that the main thing will be standing there for a while as we gather and try to get as many in. We'll try to give it about an hour and a half, because believe me, 30 minutes is really not that much time for like the weather to change and everything. We might not know what the weather is going to look like at the photo op area at the time, and then by the time we gather for 30 minutes, it could just storm and be like a stormy night or something. We would like to get a really, really nice bright blue sky. So that's possible within the gathering time. Am I sounding robotic? Defensor says I've got a lag sound, or is that just him? Make sure it's not me. Oh, really? No. Is it still happening? Yeah, testing. Oh, it is. It's clear now. Okay. Thank you for letting me know. Yep. Yeah, I didn't want to. Okay, cool. Thanks. Yeah, I didn't want to keep going and just be talking like a machine. So, okay. Yeah. So picture day. Picture day is a big shot. We got about It's gonna start at the half hour mark there. 5:30 Pacific, 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern. We're gonna give it a whole hour and a half. And people are welcome to chat in VC, hang out. We might even do like a raffle or two while we're there. So it's not going to be like totally boring just standing around, but we do want to get as many people. So this is to give everybody a chance to get in there as much as possible. And that might even not fit some people's schedules, but we'll give out a shout out to that location, and maybe it'll give someone a chance to maybe AFK if they can't be online or something, if they want to. Some people have done that before, or they've used like remote desktop from work to get in it. I mean, there's a lot of different ways, but we try really hard to get everybody that wants to be in that yearly shot. So that shot goes down on our history. When you see our big gatherings from Azure Day weekends of old and old picture days and stuff, there's a ton of pictures on the site. You can see a lot of them on the anniversary post. There's an anniversary wallpaper that's got kind of a collage going back to 2013, all the different yearly shots and stuff. That's a really cool picture too. There's a couple of those on the anniversary post on the website. And those are those kind of shots. So those are the really nice big group shots, and they look beautiful. And because this one is the 10th anniversary and it's an anniversary yearly photo shot, we will have a small dress code, just a little bit of a dress code, because we want it to look uniform and we want it to look really, really smooth, really, really cool across the board. So that being said, we do have company tabards. For those that don't know, the tabard is the game's official FC wear. There's an actual FC jacket that 14 makes in game, and they're hard to get because only FCs that have good ships and workshops put together can get them. Otherwise, they're like, over $1 million usually for one jacket. So what we do is we run our ships every 3 days as fast as they can run. We try to gather as much resources as we can. Oh, thank you, Darn. Darn's showing it off there. That one doesn't have the crest, but when you crest it, you can go to the Maelstrom and talk to the OIC officer. So it's a sharp left from the entrance of the Maelstrom. Has to be the Maelstrom. That's the company that Azure's allied with. Otherwise, it won't work. And you can talk to the OIC officer and add a crest to your gear. That's really cool. Like you can see the back of Johnny's neck there has a, I think that's Johnny, right? Yeah. Has a crest. Yeah, that is Johnny. Yep. And so the tabard, what's really cool is it has a huge Azure crest on the back and a good sized patch on the front. That's what those jackets are literally made for. So you can see in some of our big yearly shots, a lot of people are not only wearing blue, but there's a lot of tabard wearing people as well. So we're going to give out those tabards for free. Doesn't matter what they cost. They're going out for free to everybody that doesn't have one already. And if you're like absolutely like, oh, I absolutely hate the way this thing looks, it's ugly, I don't want to wear that jacket ever, then at least come in blue. At least come in blue. A tinge of yellow is fine too, because that's part of our crest as well. But we really want to get a big blue group standing together and as many tabard people as possible. So we have a pretty huge supply, so we shouldn't run out. And usually it's not like all 300 and something people in the FC will come. Usually it's like as many, as can make it, but it's not going to be like more than what we have in store. We'll also be stocking up on it, some extra too by the time we get there. And during Anniversary Azure Day, when we get to those 2 special days at the end of the month, all weekend for that weekend, we'll also be giving out tabards. So, we would love to be able to give them out at all times, but they are really, really expensive resources. They take 3 dusk leather. Usually those sell for 300K plus, sometimes more, depending on the server you're on. as well as a bunch of rose gold nuggets, and some other stuff, Rami threads, and it's a bunch of expensive materials. So our best bet is to save up that kind of stuff and then like shower the FC with it, 4+ times a year during our Azure Day weekend. So anniversary month, there's even more tabards going out, so everybody gets one. If you want the like 100% official members uniform, there is some gloves and hat and boots that are included, which are, some of them are bought from the GC. And there's a mannequin actually downstairs on our first floor by the fountain, to the left as you're going towards the private chambers. That is the official, technical, like lore official Azure members uniform. But we only care as long as somebody's got the tabard on, for the picture. So that is preferred, especially for our 10th anniversary shot. If we can get a beautiful shot of everybody, sea of blue and all the nice tabards as much as possible, then we'll be very, very grateful to have that. And that shot will go down in our history, and it'll be used in future Azure banners, advertisements, future anniversary posts, things like that. And it'll definitely kind of solidify your spot in that historic moment in our community. So picture day on the 16th. Also, brand new for 2024, 10th anniversary, we're doing something very, 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 very special. A little painstaking, but no worries, leave that to me. I am going to make a secondary anniversary photo that has everybody in the FC in it, using science. And that will be based on everybody who attends the live shot, including everybody offline. And the best thing you can do, if you're like, well, I work, I really want to get in that shot, but I absolutely can't make it. I've got no means at my disposal to get there while I'm at work or at school or wherever, or that's the time I really need to sleep or whatever. So don't worry. All you have to do is log out with the tabard or something blue. And if you're logged out and you're wearing the tabard and you've got something blue on, I will magically Photoshop you into it. So we're going to do that special for this anniversary, and we're also going to be taking the live shot. So just because we're taking the live shot and doing that doesn't mean that, that it wouldn't be a good idea to come to the live shot, because obviously it's going to be a little clearer to see the live shot people in front. But it's going to be a very special photo that includes literally everybody in the FC. So try to make it to the live shot if you can. That's going to be super epic. We're kind of still deciding on like what that location will be. It will be an ARR zone, so no worries about content. Anybody new, even if you invite a friend to the FC and they're brand new, they can get in the shot too. Friends of our community are welcome. Those that are in our Discord that are community members and play Final Fantasy XIV are also welcome, as including our allies. We have allies to our FC. They're also welcome too. And of course, allies wearing their own company tabard is fine. We're not going to like force them to wear blue if they're from another FC. Guests wearing blue would be preferable, but they don't have to. But we want to see everybody in Azure wearing the colors and the tabard. That would be really cool. It's going to be a great shot. So, before we talk about that big weekend, we've got a couple special decrees that have been made that I would like to go over here real quick, and then we'll do our raffle. For our Time Worn Maps events, some of you are already aware, because I know some of you here were with us on Thursday and Friday. Those that may or may not have read, we have a special decree that all map events for the next so many weeks, for the rest of the remainder of the month, everything we do that is normally fundraising, all fundraising is off. Which what that technically means is that 100% of the gil that we earn from those map events goes to the attendees. Now, that might sound strange to some that may not be used to our map events, but what we normally do is we have 3 weeks of the month that are dedicated to FC fundraising. So it's a win-win situation, because those that attend them not only get minions, mats, materials, all kinds of stuff from the map events, right? But the regular, kind of boring, normal, 2K here, 3K there, 7K there, dropped gil from just the chest encounters and some of the, the chest encounters. Those, and well, sometimes there's special NPCs that show up to kill, but, or special monsters, I should say. the regular dropped gil is tallied, and what we'll do is we'll have it and put it in the chest, so that way we can support the kind of weekend that's coming up soon. We can support materials we need. We can do welcome packages like we're doing right now. We can help members get private chambers. We can pay for eye level upgrades when people attend raids, all kinds of stuff like that. So that all goes towards something very good for the FC when we do those map events. Typically, some people can make, like last night, up to 6 million worth in just materials alone, and then end up only needing to like deposit 100K in the chest or something. So it varies, but there is often a lot of, you know, jackpot items that pop up that are equivalent to way more than what we raise. But the fundraising is great because throughout a month we can pull in about maybe 5 extra mil for the FC, more or less. And then with Azure Day weekends and holiday events, we tend to invest about an additional 40 mil on top of whatever's donated. Donations can always go to tab 4 of the chest, tab 5 if there's no room in 4. We really want to build up our prize pool before the 23rd and the 24th. So if you've got cool minions, glams, orchestrion rolls, stuff that's annoying to come by, mount items, anything you want to put in tab 4 that can go towards being a decent prize, feel free. And we will use that for our upcoming raffles and Azure Day weekend stuff, prizes. So on top of our map decree, we have a welcome pack, which is pretty awesome, going on for our anniversary period. This began November 2nd, so going forward, those that join our FC are able to request a Azure 10th Anniversary Welcome Pack. This consists of 300K to help pay for a private chamber, a Thavnarian onion for a chocobo. That doesn't count towards the normal 2 onions that you can request from the FC a week. 1 full set of high quality iLevel 710 gear set of choice, a set of FC credit purchased furnishings consisting of a unique portrait collection and the Carbuncle furnishing set, all from leadership. Anybody that joins or has a friend join can request these welcome packs anytime for their new friend or new recruit of the FC. This is just a way to kind of help out new recruits and kind of say thank you for joining our FC, and another part of the celebration for anniversary this month. It's a very nice welcome pack put together here by leadership. And of course, with the company tabards that I mentioned earlier, not only will they be given out during Azure Day weekend as well as on our photo day, but if somebody's already been in our FC for 2 weeks, then they can also request a company tabard. And this is valid through the end of the month. Okay, I would like to talk about the 2 special anniversary Azure Day weekend days soon, but I'd also really like to do our first raffle. Who's ready for a raffle? This will take place across Twitch, in-game, and those here in the assembly channel. I'm going to go ahead and move Reika here, my character, to the front of the room, or middle of the room, so I can see everybody's roles. So here's how this works. So many of you here are familiar with how our raffles work. For those who are not, or might need a reminder, we'll ask everybody who's in-game present, who wants to enter, put /random. /random will roll a random number in-game automatically if you do that. No spaces, /random. If you're listening in and you're not in-game with us, or you're not present at the hall, go ahead and post a 3-digit number either in Twitch chat or in the Grand Assembly VC chat. And then in a moment, I will do my /random. And when I do that, that'll give me a number, and the one that is closest to that number, that random number that the game will give me, whatever's closest to that will win the first raffle prize. Go ahead and give everybody a minute there. This is what we call our flash raffles normally. They kind of pop up throughout all of Azure Day weekend. There are flash raffles. You'll see in the chat a queue that says flash raffle with like tons of exclamation points, and everybody will have about 30 seconds to roll a quick number. And we do that throughout the whole Azure Day weekend. Sometimes you get something really neat Sometimes you get something useful. Today we got a couple big items, big prize packs here. All right, see numbers popping up all over here. Nice, nice. Wonder what it will be. All right, I'm going to call time. Time. All right, and my number, let's see, we've got a handful of entries here. Cool. Okay, and my number is 932. 932. All right, who is closest? I'm looking at all numbers here from all sources. 932, 932. We've got a 984. That's pretty close. Double checking. Let's see. There's no other 900s. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Does look like Yuri. Congratulations, Yuri. Let's see. Looking around. Yep, there you were. All right, and the first one up on my list was 1 million gil. Congrats. You are very welcome. Thank you, Yuri. All right, and these are double raffles. Let's go ahead and run one more here. Go ahead and enter a 3-digit number in any of our chats or /random in-game. Everybody excited for a new patch? Got just a couple days. Those here in chat, what are you guys looking forward to the most? Is that chaotic 24 man, or maybe the return to or Echoes of Vana'diel? Oh yeah, EX3. Yep, EX3's coming. The mass slaughter of bird people. I don't know if the Pelu Pelu are going to have us fighting the Hanu Hanu. Yep. Echoes of Vana'diel. All right, I'm going to call time. Oh, interior housing. Yeah, I'm excited about that too. That's really cool. All right, my number is 207. 207. Let's see, who's close to 207? There's a 307. Let's see. So the lowest one, I think, is it the 307? Major, that's a bit late. Yep, just doing a triple check on all chats here. I think it is the 307. Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, I don't. All right, congrats, Rem. Yep, that's Rem at 307. All right, let's see. Where is Rem? Aha. Right. And this one was a bacon bit. And 500K was the second prize. Congrats. All right, and we will have another raffle here in a moment. Bacon, yep. Bacon is good. Okay, let me see here. What? Okay. Alrighty. Let me scroll back up to where I had there. Okay, yeah. Alright, Anniversary Azure Day weekend, day 1. Will be day 1 of our yearly 2-day anniversary weekend that will be hosted in Final Fantasy XIV. This will feature unique minigames, parades, various races, prize raffles, a diverse list of different contests, some of them chocobo races, some of them dungeon or raid races, all sorts of different fun stuff that we do. Game shows, auctions, and more will be held in a back-to-back hourly format over the course of 2 days. Day 1 will have a list of games, and most of them will be unique to that day. And day 2 will also have its own unique list. Both days will feature a commemorative screenshot for those there at the time of those gatherings, and a number of different fun things going on. We have a high auction and a low auction. This is where we auction off items that also helps build funds for the FC, as well as provide really good deals on stuff that might be a little bit more hard to obtain or really expensive. Some of these are prizes that are donated just for the raffle, and then some of these are things that we've collected that might be really cool prize packs, like a whole glamour set for 200K or something like that would normally be $1 million. All kinds of cool stuff at the we call it the Bluebird auction, is our low ballers, and our Leviathan auction, which is our high ballers. There's also spending limits at those, so those with endless pockets cannot buy everything. Spending limits are 2 mil for the bigger auction, 1 mil for the lower one. Regardless of their value, the higher auction items begin at 200K. The lower Bluebird auction items begin at 20K, even if it's a 500K item. That'll be fun. We've also got the return of our Chocobo Race Grand Prix. And we will have a whole bunch of Azure Day favorites. Stuff like our Azure Day Parade, where we do kind of like a pub crawl through different establishments in Eorzea, taking some screenshots, doing some raffles at parade stops. And it's always really fun to see a parade of, like, a million blue people going through the realm, and it's kind of fun to see, and it's kind of silly and a lot of fun just to kind of take those walks and shout Happy Azure Day or as free as the Azure sky, blow off some fireworks and take some pictures while we're doing that, kind of like an RP walk parade. Those are a lot of fun. Other fun stuff we do during Azure Days. We've got like Need for Speedgens, a speed run dungeon race. Those are a lot of fun too. Some prizes will include like crafting sets of your choice, or I level 10 710 sets, glamour weapons of your choice, all kinds of stuff like that. Different choice prizes as well as huge guild prizes, on top of just flash raffles and all kinds of cool stuff going on. We know we have a lot of fans of the Azure Maze House, and that's something that we really would like to bring back for Azure Day weekend. So love to see that take place again. The last one was probably one of the most unique mazes we'd ever created. We'd take a full 3-story mansion-sized large estate and actually have a maze running through the whole thing. The fun thing about our mazes is you can't just find the end. You've actually got to find hidden objects and then note them, and then also find me at the end and give us your list of hidden objects. And those are a lot of fun. We give out some pretty huge prizes for that too, since that's a real big, like major event. So we would love to see that come back as well. We know there's fans in our FC of Lollaball. We've had Lollaball tournaments in the past. It's been some years since we've done that. The Azure Sports Arena will be reestablished, and we'll try to have that ready by then. We will need blue mages that have the Malediction of Water spell. Believe you get that from, what is that place called from Stormblood? Swallow's Compass. It's where you can get Malediction of Water. We'll need at least 6 blue mages who have that to play, so that's not too many. And we use a Lalafell as the ball, and there's a special way we do it, where we have 2 goals, kind of like soccer, just, Lalafell instead of a ball, aka Lollaball. So we'd like to see that take place too. That'll also be at one of our event estates, as well as the auction and the glamour contest. Glamour contest coming up for Azure Day weekend. Not sure which of those 2 days that will be, but there will be a glamour contest. So now is a great time to get started on coming up with some really, really unique glamours. It will be a contest, so there will be some big prizes and several place winners for that one as well. That'll also be hosted at the catwalk area at the Azure event venue here in Mist at one of our event estates. And same thing with the auction, same estate. The new maze location will not be announced until we get closer to that time. Yeah, we want to go all out. This is a 10th anniversary. We want to hit it big and go big on prizes, go big on events. Hopefully we get lots of people interested and able to make it out on one of those 2 days or both, however many they can attend. All the events, mini games, everything is planned most of the time way in advance and prepped for our members and by our council and our team, our logistics team, and those involved in our event organization. So I want to also thank those who have sacrificed some time to help put some of this stuff together. That will be events will kick off at 12 Pacific, 2 Central, and 3 p.m. Eastern, and that's when it starts. And that's just opening ceremony. That's not the whole day. The whole day runs until like deep into the evening. So usually they're hour to 2 hour brackets per event. The bigger events like our maze or our game shows or like our parades, stuff like that, is usually a 2 hour bracket. Some of the other mini games, like our darts game, that's an Azure Day favorite. Darts stands for Diving at Random Target Scenario, DARTS, which means flinging your body from a high location towards a target. And we've got different maps for that. We've got a bullseye, we've got a distance jump, we've got a precision jump map. Lots of cool stuff you've probably never seen or heard of anyone doing in 14 before, unless you've been with us for a while. That can be a lot of fun too. It's a short, fun little game. Also has multiple prize places to win, and you'd be surprised how clever it can be. It's pretty cool. I know in the past we've also done a mixture too, where we've mixed things up and done like a darts tournament elimination challenge with like a dungeon speed run like thing involved, and rolling of dice and some other stuff. So we're trying to kind of mix those events up, as well as looking at redoing our old Trivia Rush event, which is actually a race across squares on a floor with various debuffs and random spawns that can occur. It also plays a little bit like an RPG, and a race and trivia all at the same time. Trivia Rush, we're going to work on making that back in a better form than it was last time. Last time we got too creative. We had too creative, but we've got plenty of event space, plenty of venues for this to do this fun stuff with you guys at. And we're going to have some fun stuff at the FC Hall, our different event venues, and we're going to go big. So this is going to be a great weekend to finish off anniversary month here at the end of the month. Both days, events start at the same time. So that's 12 Pacific. Let me see here. Yeah, 12 Pacific, 2 Central, and 3 Eastern, both days. And they're going to run all day. So it's going to be fun. That's the 23rd and the 24th. Let me see here. And then I wanted to go over next on the list here. Yeah, so our current, looking at anniversary month and everything that's going on, there is a lot to look forward to, but there's also a lot going on with FF14 and patch 7.1 right around the corner. Here in a couple days, we're going to be seeing the whole next chapter of Dawntrail's story released, as well as a number of other new features. I believe the 24-man Alliance raid that's day 1, right? Do we have a confirmation on that? I was pretty sure it was. Yes, it is. Okay. So I'm looking up too. Yeah. So we're going to do our traditional day 1, week 1 clear of the new raid. So everybody that's available around 5:45 Pacific, 7:45 Central, 8:45 Eastern, we're going to group a 24-man Alliance party finder with a password. The password will be given out for like the whole grouping time that we do, which is about 15 minutes. And then if we still need to fill it, we'll open it up, just to open it up to friends, allies, anybody else in the realm that might want to help us fill. But we'll try to get like all the important stuff filled the most, like, tanks, healers, get leaders in each party, that kind of thing. So we want to run that the very first 24-man Alliance raid of Dawntrail. That's the return of Azure 24-man Tuesdays. It'll be Azure 24-man Tuesdays, or A24MT, Echoes of Vana'diel. And it's normal for us to swap those in on the days that were previously the 8-man raids. So as of last Tuesday, that is the end of our Azure Arcadian Tuesdays until Tier 2 comes out. Now, every Tuesday will feature one big FC 24-man run. And we'd love it. We absolutely love it when we see 24 people in. 24 is very good to see. If we get more than 24, we'll have someone run kind of like a backup group. But we want to get everybody in that wants to go. The loot rules for our 24-man raids are need for glamour, greed for upgrade. Or need for upgrade, greed for glamour, sorry. Need for upgrade, greed for glamour. So that way everybody that needs something can need on it. And if somebody is like, I've got savage gear, but I'm rolling on something weak just because I want the look, then they're going to greed for it. Usually we have leaders keeping an eye on that sort of thing. That way it's as fair as possible for everybody during the FC run. Eye level of raid gear, that's going to be, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it'll be 720 for Alliance raid. Usually the Alliance raid is the same eye level gear as the previous previous patch's tombstone, if I remember correctly. It probably will be dropping 720 stuff, and then it should be 720 Echoes of Vana'diel stuff. And I'm expecting some iconic gear from 11 to drop. I think we got a sneak peek showing there's Archangel stuff, which looks pretty cool. So. That's going to be fun. That'll be on Tuesday here, this coming Tuesday, in a couple days. Wow, a couple days. Can't believe we're going to be in Vana'diel in a couple days. That's wild. As I said at previous assembly, all other events like Wondrous Wednesdays, our map events, all of those, all that content that we do during those events, that's going to be upgraded with new rewards, increased loot pools, new things to earn and win. So it's going to kind of also give like a refresher too, right? Like to all of our current events. So some of us here are kind of worn out from like, well, maps is, only got like two major things that you really want from it, and we've done it for so long now since the summer, and well, now there's new stuff to look forward to winning, and increased loot pool means potential for getting those gemstones more often and things like that. So that, not the bicolor ones, the ones for the mount in maps, and also Wondrous Wednesdays. And we have noticed that Wondrous Wednesday's interest has also kind of been waning a bit. Attendance has been really poor for it, and we really don't want to have to like retire the event, because it's a lot of fun to do together as a group. Sometimes we know a lot of people can solo the stuff that's in Wondrous Tales journals, and then other people actually don't know how cool Wondrous Tales can be. So we've been kind of trying to work to spread awareness on the usefulness of Wondrous Tales journals, and as well as how fun it can be to like just do it together, have a fun chat, and like sometimes we get going in VC, we have some laughs and have a good time. That's really what it's all about. We know some content like that can be soloed, but at the same time, like, the richness is of being in an FC is doing stuff together, right? So like I always say, community that plays together will stay together. And Wondrous Wednesday nights, we'll go through knocking out all of the major trials throughout the first few expansions, and then we'll do our best to maybe include a couple other little items here or there. We do not go through the entire raid sagas just to get someone's like 12th raid clear if they don't have even the first one unlocked. We do kind of expect people to show up with unlocks, but if you've got unlocks but you haven't got clears, then don't worry, because we'll get those clears. Monstrous Mondays as well is looking to have a lot of excitement coming, not this next Monday, but the Monday after, because patch is on Tuesday, right? So this next Monday, not the coming one, the next one, will be the first week for EX3. EX3, Learning and Progression, right off the bat, first week of the patch. And I'm super proud of our Mon crowd, those who support Mon short for Monstrous Mondays. Remember, they are learning and clear. So if it's just learning and a lot of progression is made, but it's not a clear, remember that we are still very thankful just to see the progression made, even if there's not a clear, especially on like the first week that the EX is new. And we know that that's going to be a rough one. So I mean, it's a final boss minstrel's ballad. Usually the first couple weeks it's going to be rough, but it's going to be fun. So learning and clears it, and if you haven't attended our Monstrous Mondays before, it is a very like welcoming, like non-judgy space. It's a great place to come, even if you're not confident in the content. We got a lot of people who like to go in and learn this stuff on their own, and then they'll show up and help and coach with these things too. And a lot of us are going to be new, so don't feel bad. Definitely come out for Mon, and we'll have some fun, and maybe we'll see some of those new wings drop. Those look pretty. So we'll be starting that not this Monday, but the next Monday. This Monday's one day too soon for the patch, unfortunately. There is a chance that there could be, I don't know if there is one now, but there could be a maintenance scheduled as well, which means that if it's an earlier maintenance, it could run into the end of the event. I don't know. It just kind of depends on how long it runs and when the maintenance starts. So just keep that in mind. And wings don't drop. Yeah, they're kind of rare. So Mon changes. FC running EX3 starting this next Monday, not this one, next one. New rewards for some of our flagship events, Wondrous Wednesdays. We just wanted to give a shout out to that. If you're bored on Wednesday or just want to hang out with the FC, it also helps getting to know people. Come into VC and just kind of chat with us. We're all friendly. We don't bite. And we like to get to know you too and get to know each other and play and just knock out some journals, get some stickers in our sticker books. And then, of course, with Mega Mountathon, we are scheduled to do our next Saturday. So this Saturday was Azure Fate Farmers. It's Saturday events in Azure are a bi-weekly thing. So it goes Azure Fate Farmers for Fate Rank, then it goes Mega Mountathon for Mount Farms, then it goes back to Fate Farmers, and it does that for 4 weeks a month. So first and third, always Mount Farming. Second and fourth, Fate Farming. Both of those things are two things. Mount Farming and Fate Farming are two things that we could easily get super worn out on if we do them every 7 days. So that's why we space them out. And we are scheduled next Saturday for Mega Mountathon, just before the that should be just before the picture day photo, and we're going to do some Endsinger farming. So if you've got the need for that links, or if you'd like to come just help and you know the mechanics and you could be a powerhouse in the fight, please come. We'll try to get as many linkses from Endsinger EX as possible. I know a lot of people don't have all the linkses from Endwalker. We can keep working on getting those. And so that's kind of a look at how FC scheduled events throughout the week are going to kind of be updated. So new content, new loot pools, new stuff to do. Moving on to the next EXs on both Mountathon and for the current EX that's coming on that coming Monday. And of course, the big change to Tuesday, that 24-man Tuesday run. That's going to be a lot of fun. We know a lot of people can't make it to those times, and it's tough. Sometimes we get DMs, and we do our best to kind of keep a mental note, sometimes even a physical note on how many are interested for different times of the day. But it's hard when we've only got 4 or 5 people asking for a morning run of something really big, and like 20 something that normally attend an evening one. So, unless we have more hosts stepping up or we have greater interest, it's hard for us to add too many more events into our schedule. As I said at previous assembly, we are kind of running on a small logistics team right now for events. So we're pretty grateful as always, but even extra grateful right now for anybody that is interested in stepping up, anybody that is interested in getting more involved with the FC as a scout, kind of eased into what our support channels look like. It's a very versatile, very forgiving rank that is what you make of it. It's definitely based on your time as whatever you want to do with the time you have. Scouts are like light mods that kind of keep an eye out for inappropriate things and will report to council, as well as kind of jumping in to help people with runs now and then. Many of you probably already do this as helpful members, and there's nothing wrong with staying helpful members, but those who may be interested in aiding a little extra support to Azure, we definitely welcome to talk to us anytime about Scout. Those who have been in our FC for at least a month and a half or so, kind of we'll talk about Scout with, and kind of get set up and kind of train on what's what. Not like there's really like training. What we actually call training is just spending a couple weeks with somebody going over what we call event protocol, which is how we manage grouping and keep things so orderly, with like our 15-minute grouping and stuff. And then those are our sergeants and up that'll start assisting with events if they wish to. I'm not going to lie to you guys. We really, really need some extra hands. So, if there is an event that you're interested in and you've seen how we do it and you're like, oh, I can run a party for this, if it, gives so-and-so a break or helps us not have to sacrifice a second party because there's no host. And if that's in your mind, we could definitely use that help right now. A lot of stuff is coming down on the shoulders of Major and I, and Rack on Thursdays, and Ronan when he's on for Wonders Wednesdays, and so we definitely could use the hands. We've got a great active community here, tons of active members, lots of new faces, old faces returning. Morale is always building in Azure. We're very, very proud of our community, as well as the communities in our wings that are building across our other games. And we are always in need of extra hands helping out. So just a shout out there to our assist, which is the Azure Scout Squad Initiative and Support Team, ASSIST assist. If anyone would like to join support and kind of see which levels we need aid on, let us know. Please DM anytime. We very much need that assistance. So want to be open with our community about that, and not just act like, oh, we've got it, and then never have help. We could use the help, and we're always growing too. So we really, really need the help. So going forward, we have a massive month planned. This is a patch month and anniversary month. What a combination! What a combination! So lots of stuff to look forward to. Our members have got, not only a whole bunch of the games content, but also fun stuff with the FC to look forward to in the same month. A lot of cool stuff. New members coming in. It's a great month to join Azure. It's a fantastic month. There's going to be a ton of people active and a lot of people coming back for the patch too. As I always say, we kind of have a inner core, outer core of diehards that are always around, and an outer core that kind of comes and goes or returns on patches and stuff like that. Our goal is to continue welcoming people of all availability and activity levels and all experience. As I've always said in the past, stuff like elitism and inappropriate behavior will kind of always be frowned upon and not just frowned upon but not allowed here in Azure, as we continue to develop a community of a welcoming nature, and one that's also helpful, useful, and fun to our members. So we always want to give you guys something to look forward to. We always want to kind of foster an environment that where anybody can kind of get into almost anything. Maybe brand new players will need to catch up a little bit to endgame, but we've got so many opportunities for people to learn things here, and then when they are ready to get into more endish game stuff or endgame-ish stuff, there's all kinds of things going on, and it never ends. So don't rush the story. If you're newer, definitely take your time, enjoy the game, and let us know how we can help you, and then pay it forward when you get ranked up or get leveled up. Definitely have a lot going on here, so there is always stuff to discover here in Azure. And let me see, what else do I have on my list? That is almost everything, guys, that I wanted to go over with you guys today. It was a little bit of a smaller assembly, shorter assembly, I should say. Yep, like Nereus said there on the chat, new sprouts, don't be afraid to ask if anybody wants to join you. A great example is chatting in our chats. This could pretty much go for any game that we support, especially 14. Say, hey, anybody for this? Not even sprouts, like all of you. It's a great idea to just say in the chat like what you're doing. Sometimes people go, oh, hey, I need that too. Or, oh, yeah, I'd like to run with you, or I'll go with you. And I know it's fast and quick sometimes to just fly in there yourself, but you're not only helping yourself get used to, playing with others from the FC, you're also helping the FC in general keep activity up, keep the chat moving. Keep people wanting to do things together, or remembering that there's people that want to do things together. Sometimes these are just, things that slip our minds when we're playing and we're used to just getting something done real quick. We want to kind of hurry. But don't forget that you're in a community, and every person here actually has the ability to help grow that community, this community. So we all play our part and we do what we can. We've got a lot of, like I said, we've got a lot of great, positive, active people here. Old faces and new faces alike, combining and playing together, getting involved in events, some lurking, also fine. We're just happy that you enjoy our community and add to our membership, and even those that are lurking are adding to our credits. So, just a big moment of gratitude for everybody that supports Azure and is remaining active. We do want to continue to kind of ramp up recruitment a little bit more. We think it's a good idea to kind of build different time zones of members, so you're going to kind of see recruits at different times. We don't want our night crowd to suffer by getting to a point where there's like nobody new coming in at night, and night is just like dead, which it's going to be in most FCs. That's a given. It's night. but we've been successful in the past at building up different time zones activity, so we'd love to continue to work on that. We have very, very little support right now in the recruitment department. Usually I handle most of it most of the time, and that's no problem. But when we do have extra hands in the mix, it makes things go way faster. So anybody that, might be interested and say, hey, you know what, I could help Azure grow, I could help it recruit. Maybe just copy a shout macro or some of the macros I have that's kind of like, 5 buttons you could press. and it would cover everything you'd need to say to a recruit. We are welcoming recruiters at all times. That is something we definitely need help with. I also can't be everywhere at once, so sometimes, even though I prioritize 14 about 90% of my day, there are moments too where I pop into our wings, and other times where life is a thing as well. So, despite long days here in 14, there's a lot that is always available, is what I'm saying, to help with if folks want to get involved. So. Never feel like you can't reach out to leadership. Major, myself, Rack, Defensor, and Terry. We are always welcoming people to kind of reach out with questions, proposals, ideas, feedback. These sorts of things are always welcome here in Azure. It's just not a community where members should ever be afraid to talk to their leaders. If you're afraid to talk to leaders, then the leaders are doing a bad job. So definitely, I'll want to remind everybody here, definitely stay in contact. We're building this together. So with anniversary month and the anniversary year to come, content online and quite a bit in 14, as well as patches and work being done on our wings, and all of our needs kind of laid out on the table there. That is about everything that I had planned to touch base with you all here at our assembly, in-game, on Twitch, in the archive, those reading later, and those here with us on the channel. And want to do our last raffle here in a second. But definitely appreciate everybody's continued support, even in the low times like pre-patches where things are kind of slow, and every community feels it. Doesn't matter how active or big you are, doesn't matter how organized you are, every community is going to have its pre-patch lulls, and that's something we always want to remind our FC especially of, because some people will go, wow, what's going on, like nobody's chatting all day, and it's just like we're just kind of on the grind, like taking care of business and waiting for that patch. But even when we all kind of collectively get into that mode, it's still a good idea to remember that it's a good idea to reach out, see if anybody needs any help or wants to do anything. And like I said earlier, you don't have to be in a higher rank to help out in the FC. So, but those that want to get involved, definitely let us know. Looking forward to what we got in store later this month. I would love it if we had like the biggest 2024 picture shot as possible. That would be nice. Seeing a beautiful location that we're going to pick with blue sky and just a ton of FC members standing together in solidarity of our community and pride in our community, and what we make here and protect here together. And gosh, that'd be a really cool photo coming up. And then anniversary weekend just being a ton of fun, just a ton of laughs and memories. See a lot of people too kind of come out of their shell when they join us for these things. A lot of awesome conversations, and a lot of memories made. So it's more than the prizes. It's more than just the contests and stuff. We do this sheerly out of love for the community, and showing that not only do we do like raids and stuff, and that's always cool, but some of this the time spent together, that's why we're a community. If we didn't want to spend time together, then we would just be a link shell or something for raids or whatever, or events. But we definitely we are Azure Infinitum. We're proud of what we have, what we've made, where we've been, where we're going, and we have an identity as a community. And we are definitely blessed to have a very active community here, and a lot of people here that love their home. Though in the past we have been misunderstood by others that are not used to such a creation as this, we continue to strive forward and do everything that we can to provide the most active, organized, and friendly community that we can possibly manifest together. And that is our mission from day 1 to year 10 to year 20 and beyond. Thank you, guys. I'm going to go ahead and hold our last raffle. So that being said, if you guys would like to enter this final raffle of this special assembly, go ahead and do a /random, enter a 3-digit number online. That's Twitch. The chat box here in, let me go back to, I was on the wrong tab. Grand Assembly chat. and or in-game do a /random roll. All right, got numbers coming in. Give everybody a minute here. Yep, definitely excited for this month. Oh, thank you, Yuri. Thank you. Yuri says, as a new member, I can say I'm thankful for the FC running so many events, including endgame content, and allowing anyone to join no matter their experience level. Definitely, definitely. Oh, no worries. Cat aggro. Totally understand. Got one myself. Should have seen the other night in council chat, Terry's cat decided to give a speech. Love the posing. The Major is ready for Christmas time. I can see. Ready for Starlight Day coming up next month. Major Claus. Oh, I love it. It's a great nickname. Well, I kind of like Saint Pain more. Saint Pain. Sounds like a legal term. Yep. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and call time here. Last chance if you want to make a /random roll, enter on Twitch chat or on Discord. Yep, and if you're watching this archive in the future, for those that couldn't make it here live with us today, I want to thank you as well for checking out this special assembly. We always want to make sure that things like our announcements, event changes and updates, stuff that's coming up on the horizon, want to make sure that all of that is like really, really well known, hyped, easily accessed. There's so many ways to access this stuff. We've got assemblies. Sometimes we do shoutouts in the random part of the day, or we'll have articles online. We have at social media sharing this information. All kinds of stuff. Many, many places to stay informed in Azure, including the Fellowship, which we got to post some more updates to more often. From the very beginning, from our very first Azure assembly, or company meeting as we used to call it, from the very first one, our goal was to provide as much information as we could. It's another reason why we're very thorough on our website. We've got a very thorough rules charter, pretty much one chapter of rules and some additional information that you can find there, as well as other information on our community online at azureinfinitum.com. We've also got our content website for game news and more at azure-net.com, and we can be found on all major social media platforms. Also, recently revived Steam community and newly created Reddit community for Azure as well. YouTube channel, we've got a lot of our events, as well as random crap that I play, but community events will be uploaded there. It's a great place to check out what our events are like, kind of see the fun we share, some of the laughs we have, maybe send videos to friends and being like, hey, this is my FC, aren't they funny? I know, darn, I know, but we have it. Just like many of our different websites and socials that we have. Some people prefer some dislike others, so that's just kind of why we're across the board on that. Alright, I'm going to do my random roll. 317. 317. Who is closest to 317? 317. Wow, that 307 from last time would have also come in handy here. There's a 367. There's a 30, 35. That's way too low. He said shush. Okay. We got, let's see. Nope. 515, 721, nope. Nope. And let's see, no one entered that one on Twitch. Alright. Assembly chat. There's no late 200s. I'm seeing Jadan, unless I am wrong. Alright, congrats, Jadan. Congratulations, my friend. You have won a stuffed Bomboko, who also comes with a million gil. Congrats. Notice the pause there. Here's a stuffed Bomboko, and then all of a sudden, and a million gil. That was our third prize, and like I said earlier, it was a double raffle. Let me see, where is the... Do I have it on me? Okay. One more final roll. You can /random or enter a 3-digit number on our chats for the final roll. Oh, 1 out of 2. I don't know. I don't know what kind of roll it'll be. All the small numbers. I think we have like a 9 something earlier, I think. Oh yeah, Hawaiian rolls. Yeah, very good. Very good. Huh. Alright, gonna call time here. And time. My roll is 733. That's a little higher. 733. Oh boy, we got a couple that are close. We got a 702 in Assembly VC chat. 702 is pretty close. Nope, I don't think I see anything closer than 702. All right, congrats, Mai at 702. Let's see, where you at? Let's see, Mai is not in game with us, so I can mail you or trade you, unless I'm missing you here. Okay. All right, Mai. I will mail you ASAP. Oh, you're in a duty. Okay, perfect. That's fine. I will totally. I'll totally send you that. The prize was the little jester guy from whatchamacallit, the minion from Deadwalk. All right, my friends. Thank you so much for coming to this special assembly here for our anniversary month. 10 years of Azure Infinitum, and many more to go. Many, many more. Appreciate all of you. Don't forget, you can keep up to date with everything going on in not only announcements channel, but also on our website, azureinfinitum.com. You can also find Azure Infinitum on all the major social sites, where we'll also have some of the same updates. Sometimes we'll share some member content as well, and some other fun stuff. Videos from our events, and just kind of showing the world who we are, what we do every day. This awesome community. And looking forward to an awesome anniversary Azure Day weekend, and a nice big photo coming up too. It's going to be epic. It's going to be really cool to see both the live photo and the one with everybody. Could be really neat. And happy anniversary, Azure. Thank you, guys.